it's Ian from RTO here. Welcome to a one-off album review that should have been a new album. It should have been Manic Street Preachers, but it's not out till today. Although it did say it was coming out last week. So I've got a stand-in. This one's sort of been there as a stand-in. And it's from Bob Young, who's associated with Status Quo, of course. And he made an album called In Quo Country. Now, Bob Young, born Robert Keith Young, born in 1945. And he is, who became famous for being the unofficial fifth member of Status Quo. He was a crew member for Amen Corner, The Nice, and The Herd, where he met Andy Bown. And he was hired for the management of Status Quo for their first hit, Matchstick Men. He wrote quite a lot of songs, and he's the guy that plays harmonica on the live album at Glasgow on Roadhouse Blues, and he come together when they had that reunion tour as well. But in 1986, he released this album, and it features songs that he co-wrote with members of Status Quo, but recorded it in a country music style. He's got some interesting people on here. So vocals and harmonica are done by the man himself, Bob Young. Backing vocals, Ed Hamilton, Kim Goody, and Richard Parfitt. Wonder who that is. Bass player John McKenzie and Mo Foster. Drums is Terry Standard. Guitars, Billy Bremner and Albert Lee, who have played on lots of plays. And the one and only Mr. Mickey Moody, because Mickey Moody and Bob Young had a band together called Moody and Young. Gavin Povey on the keyboards. Violin, Graham Preston. Pedal, Steve Carr, BJ Cole and Pete Wilshire. So, the first track is a track from the album On the Level, which he wrote with Francis Rossi, and it's Down Down. Now, it's nothing like the Down Down we love, but what you do notice that these songs are sort of, this is the way that they probably started. The bass line's very similar, and that's the only thing that's different. Okay, the second track on here comes from the Rockin' All Over the World album, and it's Can't Give You More. Now, this is a very mellow version of it, and you remember when they did their acoustic albums? You can see that it's done the same well. It works well. You can hear Rick's backing vocals on this. Brilliant. Then we have from Hello, Claudie. Now, this one is probably one of the best songs on this album, this version. Claudie's always been a bit of a track like that, isn't it? It's a little bit countrified, and it really works. It's a fantastic song. Then we get Caroline, and this is like a more shuffle, and there are recordings out there, and on the CD version of this there is the like the demo of it, and it was more of a shuffle. And if you've seen the Francis Rossi live DVD, they do that as a shuffle. And the one that really gets me is the last track on side one, and it's Mean Girl from Dogger Two Head. Definitely hear Rick's vocals in this. Now, this is a real hard rocker on the album, but as a country song, it works really well. Okay, I'm going to flip it over to side two, and that opens up from a track from Whatever You Want, the second track, Shady Lady. This is more of a shuffle version. I like this song. I've always liked this song, and I really like it as a country song. And then we've got two tracks from On the Level now, and the first one is I Saw the Light. The start of this, though, sounds more like the Crystals do Ron Ron. But you can see where these songs sort of started their lives before they became a rock song. Very simple, but really nice. Then Nightride, I love that. This has got horns in it. It's really good. And then we get Living on an Island, which has always been a nice, quiet song, isn't it, from Whatever You Want? But it's not the best version on here. Why didn't they get Rick to sing it? Because he was doing the backing vocals. And the last track, and I think it's the track on here that it really works as a country song, and that's rocking all over the world, and that is Dirty Water. I like this. This feels so natural, and I mean it's a lovely track anyway. I mean it's always a good crowd pleaser, but this really works. Okay, now I picked this album up back in the 80s. It was 88, and I purely brought it because it got Bob Young. And to be quite honest, I played it once and I never really played it much. But as I've got older, I tend to get this out more often. And I do like playing it these days. It's a little bit different. You know, I love all the songs. And it's just a little take on it. So, I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 7.6. Okay, that's all, folks, for this week. We'll be back on Monday. And we're going to start off with David Gilmour. And our perfect side next Monday is Whitesnakes, Ready and Willing. So have a great weekend, everybody, and I'll see you all on Monday. Bye for now.